Welcome to Conversations. I'm Muqtadar Khan, your host, and today I'm going to talk to you about how the war in Iran has shifted to America's domestic politics. What is interesting that is going on here, as you saw from the Fox News survey that I shared with you this morning, that over 66% of Americans think that Donald Trump is not conducting the war very well. In fact, very few Americans really support this war in Iran. In fact, most Americans, 72% Americans think that inflation is our biggest problem, which is true, and that inflation, which is our biggest problem, is being magnified because of this war. It is very clear to everybody except some people in the MAGA crowd, that this war has nothing to do with America. It has nothing to do with American interests. It has nothing to do with American security. Even before the war, American intelligence agencies had said very clearly to Donald Trump that there was no imminent threat to the United States from Iran. Yet Donald Trump chose to go into this battle, partly because he took a lot of money from the Israeli lobby. Miriam Adelson has given him literally hundreds of millions of dollars worth of money coming from various billionaires whose only one politics, who have only one goal in their life, is to support Israel no matter what it does. In fact, they also probably share the expansionist agenda of Israel and to establish a greater Israel in the Middle East at the expense of the Arabs, who have been on the receiving end from the Arabs and now from the Iranians for the past 100 years. I think the Arabs deserve it. I'm very sorry to say that they can't stand up for themselves. They're either looking they're saying, who can help us? Can China protect us? Can Russia protect us? Can America protect us? Shall we join the Abraham Accords? Can we pay trillions of dollars to Donald Trump and his family? Please, 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 please protect us. Our own population is absolutely incompetent and incapable of doing anything. I mean, this is how the Gulf and Saudi countries, I mean, their whole population seem to be just there to sit and enjoy the wealth that is pouring out of their earth, and that is it. I can't understand why a country as big as Saudi Arabia does not have a dynamic society, a vibrant society with an aggressive military to boot. With all the wealth they have, and it is the third biggest defense budget, competing all the time with India, third or fourth. In the past few years, Saudi Arabia's budget has been third or fourth. But nevertheless, let's forget about the Arabs. The thing that is puzzling me today is there going to be a talk in Islamabad or not? Let me share with you some reports that are coming in. All right. So this is a report coming here from the United States. CNN, U.S. envoys will head to Pakistan on Saturday for fresh Iran talks. So the CNN is reporting that American envoys, which is Jared Kushner, who has no official position in America, he has no government position. He has just millions of dollars of investment from Arab countries. He's going there to negotiate with Iran on behalf of the United States. This is unbelievable. This man has absolutely no locus standi. He has no official position. What is he doing there? And then he goes with another real estate agent, Steve Witkoff. So these two people are going there to rent apartments, I guess. So anyway, they're taking off tomorrow on Saturday. They will be flying to Pakistan. It takes about 17 hours. So sometime in the afternoon on Sunday, they're going to reach Pakistan. And I guess if the Iranian foreign minister is still there, who is already landed. So the funny part is that Syed Abbas Araghchi is already in Pakistan. And this is another message coming out of the the Iranian foreign ministry says, no meeting is planned with the U.S. in Pakistan. So this is kind of becoming silly, to say the least, that the Iranian foreign minister goes to Pakistan with all the dangers that are associated with being exposed, and the Israelis trying to kill him. He announces that he's going on a tour of Pakistan, Muscat, and Moscow. So he's going to go to Pakistan, goes to go to Oman, and then he's going to go to Russia. So we'll see what is going to happen. Why is he there at all? So this is becoming silly. And I'll try to explain. I think there is a logic to this, and I'll try to guess what the logic is. And then look at this report. This is Caroline Levitt. I think today was her last day. She's about to have another baby, her second child. So she's pregnant, and so she probably is. This is probably one of the few last announcements that she made. She says, "I can confirm. I can confirm at." That this SEP's mission is special envoy. This is Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, who does not have any title, will be off to Pakistan again tomorrow to engage in talks. With whom? With the Pakistanis? With each other? Or with the Iranians? Announces press secretary. The Iranians reached out. Now, this is another story. Donald Trump says one thing, the Iranians say another thing. The Iranians reached out as Portis called on them to do and asked for this in-person conversation. Apparently, the Iranians asked America that we want an in-person. So I don't understand, if they're going to have, if they want to have a serious dialogue, why didn't they come with Ghalibaf, the Speaker of the House, and somebody from the National Security Establishment? Well, Ghalibaf himself is very close to both IRGC as well as Ayatollah Khamenei, so maybe he would have been. So the very fact that only a moderate like Sayyid Abbas Arakchi is coming tells me that this cannot and will not be the final negotiations. So I don't know what the Iranians are trying to do. So anyway, so this is the scenario that is kind of making me both amused and also a bit irritated. I feel that we are all being played by these two. So I think this is what the Iranians are doing. They are telling Donald Trump that you have to lift the blockade on the Strait of Hormuz. Only then will we talk to you. And Donald Trump is saying, no, unless you make a deal with us, I will not open the Strait of Hormuz because this is the only leverage I have. If I don't use the blocking of the Strait of Hormuz as a leverage by blocking Iranian ships, and they have already blocked some 30 plus ships from leaving the Iranian ports or going to the Iranian ports. So Iran is not getting any imports that it does, food, etc. It's not able to export oil to China, so they are hurting China as well as Iran. So in that sense, the blockade does have some leverage and does have some bite in it. So Donald Trump is saying, look, if I don't use the blockade and you don't make a deal with me, then I'll have to bomb you. So you take a choice. Should I bomb you or should I block you? So these are the two options, bomb or block for Donald Trump. So he says, okay, I'm such a good guy. I'm going to be peaceful. So I'm going to block you rather than bomb you, because he has realized that, after bombing 14,000 times Iran, they achieved nothing. In fact, they are in a position much weaker than they were to begin with. Iran did not have control over the Strait of Hormuz before the war started. The Islamic Republic was still in power, and now at the end of the military side of this war, the Islamic Republic is still in power. There's no change ideologically. There's some change in the leadership. Old people have died. Young people have taken over, who are also, more hardliners than the previous crowd. So a more hardline regime has taken over Iran. As far as governance is concerned, and Iran now has control over the Strait of Hormuz. Not only that, the economies of American allies have been so badly hurt, especially the United Arab Emirates, that it's really asking for financial assistance. Can you imagine a Gulf country literally going around with a bowling ball? The people used to make fun of Pakistan, saying that they had a begging bowl, they went around looking for help. And that is what UAE is doing. A couple of weeks ago, United Arab Emirates demanded the $3.5 billion that Pakistan owed them. They wanted it back. Pakistan has returned that money as of today, $3.5 billion. But a lot of people in India were under the impression that, this is because India and UAE have such great relations. UAE was just punishing Pakistan for whatever reason. And basically, there was lots of celebrations in India, especially in the social media, over the fact that the UAE was asking for money back from Pakistan. And then the Saudis and the Qataris got together and gave Pakistan $5 billion. So making up for the 3.5 that UAE wanted, and on top of that, Pakistan now has an additional $1.5 billion and $2 more billion that the Saudis have sort of turned around, I guess. But now it appears that UAE actually needs the money. The reason why they are asking for the money back is because their economy is in really bad shape. And they are asking America to give them currency swap. So they anticipate being in deep trouble. So Geeta Gopinathan, who was the managing director of the World Bank, now she's back at Harvard. She's a professor. She actually tweeted today that if UAE is requesting a currency swap, then the situation in UAE must be very dire. UAE is not a very transparent country, especially financially speaking. There are lots of money laundering going on there. Lots of shady deals take place in Dubai. For a long time we knew that the drug smuggler from Pakistan, Dawood Ibrahim, used to live in Dubai. Lots of people take their black money and unaccounted for money and go to Dubai. So yes, there's a lack of financial transparency about Dubai and UAE that everybody knows of. So we really don't know. Like I can look at India or look at the United States. These are democracies and they're more or less transparent. I can tell you what the economic situation of these countries are, but we can't say that about UAE, even though we know that UAE does have about $250 billion in foreign reserves. So why are they asking for a currency swap? And even Donald Trump seemed to be a bit surprised that UAE has requested this support from the US, and then US is going to provide that support for UAE because UAE also attached a threat to it. They were so desperate, the UAE, that they started threatening America and saying that, look, we need financial assistance. If you will not provide us with this financial assistance, then we will start selling oil in yuan and will hurt the petrodollar. So that's, they must be in deep trouble to threaten Donald Trump after being part of I2U2, so close to Israel, being the lead country in Abraham Accords, doing everything that Donald Trump can brag about, including promising to invest literally trillions of dollars in the United States. So all of this is going on. So the point really I'm trying to make is that while Iran has suffered a lot of damage as a result of the 13 to 14,000 bombing raids that Israel and the US have carried out in the first few weeks of this war, they still they haven't been defeated. And so they are still able to negotiate. They want to negotiate, obviously, because ultimately Iran is not going to be a winner unless sanctions are lifted. All sanctions on Iran, financial sanctions, the UN resolutions, until all of those are lifted and Iran becomes a normal country, they are not in a winning position. They may recover some monies by controlling the Strait of Hormuz and charging a toll of $2 million per ship that goes, but not all ships. Like, for example, today the Iranians announced that Spain's ships will go through for free because Spain has been such a strong critic of Donald Trump and this war on Iran, and it's also quite critical of Israel. And so Iran is extending a kind of a, shall we say, giving the Spaniards a present. So I think that is where we are. I think what the Iranians are doing is they're sending Abbas Araghchi to Pakistan. He's going to be there. I think they will informally talk with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, and in the informal discussions, he's going to tell them that, look, Donald Trump has to announce that he's lifting the blockade on the Strait of Hormuz, and then we can talk officially. And then I think what Donald Trump is going to do is that, Abbas Araghchi just met Steve Kushner and he begged him. He fell on his knees and he stood upside down and he begged him in 5 different languages that please, please, please open the Strait of Hormuz. And so I have decided to unblock the Strait of Hormuz, and now the dialogue is going on. So Donald Trump is going to do something like that. So that is where we are, and we will see what happens going forward. So for the moment, we seem to be having a dialogue or not. I have a couple of small announcements to make. One announcement is that on Sunday, I'm going to be having this Zoom meeting with members only on April 26th. This will be at 8 p.m. India time, 7:30 p.m. Pakistan time, and 10:30 a.m. U.S. time. This is on Sunday, April 26th. If you just go to the Conversations website, the YouTube website, you will see posts. And if you are a member, you will be able to see the members only post. You click on it and you will get the link to Zoom. So please join me. We will talk about several things. My visit to Italy, I had some very, very interesting discussions off the record, on the record there. There were 3 events I did. We talked about a book that we are doing on international relations, where I'm writing a chapter on South Asia. And then in the evening, we had this big panel discussion, public discussion on Donald Trump's foreign policy and the impact it's having on the global South. There were scholars from Africa, from Brazil, myself, and diplomats from Italy on that panel. And then I went off to Sicily, Palermo, and some of you have seen the photographs and videos that I shared. Then I came back again to Rome and gave a talk on Sufism on the 16th, and I came back. So I will be talking about that, and then I will answer all the questions that my members have. Some of them have very interesting questions. The range is unlimited. They go from academic career to geopolitics to global economy to stock market. So we will have a very good conversation. Usually the meetings last more than an hour and a half. Anyway, the second announcement that I want to make is that I'm going to come back in another 15 minutes, and I'm going to talk about a very interesting conference that took place today today or yesterday in Washington, D.C. This was a conference that was held this was yesterday. It was a conference held called the New India Conference at the Hudson Institute. And what was interesting was that mostly represented by RSS and BJP people were there. They had one token person from Shiv Sena who was formerly with the Congress, so a kind of a pretense that the opposition is participating. But really, all they had was RSS and BJP people. Ram Madhav was there, and the General Secretary of BJP, his name is Dattatreya, I think he was also there. So they said some really foolish things at the conference. I'm going to share that with you. I mean, it's unbelievable how RSS talks in India and how RSS talks in Washington, D.C. You know, in India, they are all this great civilization. We are on top of the world and we will do this. Listen to how they talk. Mohan Bhagwat or others associated, even Narendra Modi, who is a member of RSS, lifelong member. But look how they talk in the US. It's absolutely fascinating. You can see the duplicitous side of these people. So I will be sharing that. Ram Madhav basically put his foot in his mouth, and for that, the poor guy, I don't think it was his fault. He was being honest, and he is being trolled desperately by both the opposition as well as those who are on his side. So I think he probably got a terrible phone call from the Prime Minister's office saying, "What the heck, man? What are you saying there in Washington? Use your kidneys before you talk." Anyway, so I will be talking about that in 15 more minutes. So come back. That show will be in Hindi. And for the rest of you, I think there will be a dialogue probably on Sunday afternoon between Iran and the United States. And I think there will be some kind of an announcement that Donald Trump might make before the announcement. Otherwise, then Donald Trump will say that the Iranians are bluffing all the time. If Arakchi goes all the way to Pakistan and sits in the meetings without any change in Donald Trump's position, then everything that they said until now, the last 3-4 days, would sound stupid, like Donald Trump, who has earned the title Taco because he keeps changing his position. So anyway, Alam, I see your comment there that you're not able to hear. I don't know why, because I went and checked again and again. I've got a brand new Rode speaker, and I have tested it on StreamYard. I've listened to it. I listened to it on myself. And I have posted this on Facebook. It is on X. It is on both my YouTube channels. It is also on some of it is also on Instagram, and also I have a Facebook conversations where I post clips, and I can hear them very clearly. I don't know why some of you are not able to hear it, especially I think if you're listening on an iPhone or you're using AirPods, maybe you're not able to hear it. But today I was in the gym wearing AirPods, and one of my AirPods is like died. I have got to get new ones, but I could still hear it very clearly. So I don't know why some of you are having trouble. I tested with another laptop yesterday, and most people said that they can hear me very clearly, except one or two people. So anyway, thank you for watching Conversation. See you in 10 more minutes. I'll be back here talking about the servile and submissive manner of RSS in Washington, D.C.